Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. In this episode, we're gonna take a look at how we can create like a kind of like a poke deformer in some 3D some other 3D package. You have something that's called poke deformer. It's kind of like a way if you wanna you select some vertices and you want to turn it into like a sharp poking mesh like this. Currently Blender doesn't have it, maybe it has as an add-on or something, but the idea is to turn let's say you have an object that looks like this, and then you turn it, you subdivide it once, and then using the previous vertices you kind of pushing it out, so you get this object that looks like a durian, like a poking kind of poking mesh, a little bit like that. So you have a lot of control here. The concept is similar to the previous live noding, except that instead of masking it, here I'm kind of combining the poking vertices and the original vertices. So the yellow color is the poking vertices, while the red color is the original vertices. So here I have some randomizations, but I don't need to do randomization. It's just if I want to make the pokes a little bit random, I can do it this way. So some can be like really long, some can be really short. Yeah, let me break this down a little bit. I'm gonna give you the setup anyway, but if you want to know how I set it up, so I'm gonna start from the beginning. So basically I start with a mesh like this guy, which is it's actually originally it was a box, but I subdivided once and I subdivided again, and while keeping the old vertices, we can kind of push the old vertices and we get the poke mesh. It's quite simple. So I grab the objects that's the original object, and this one is the one that's already been subdivided, and then like usual we are using KD3 closest vertices to find the previous points, and then let's see, list length, and then I kind of using mask subset, and then kind of separating the previous points and the points that being created by the subdivision. And cut the story short, the one that's been selected and the points that are previously selected is being pushed by the normal kind of here. I'm using this add vector add, and then so now I can actually push it. I'm using random number generator to push the vertices, but you can easily just use a simple number like that. So it's gonna push the points in between the other points, just like that. It's really simple. If we want to use other objects, let's say just any object, maybe the torus, we can just subdivide it once and then just load the object here and there. So we have something like this. Probably you think that you can use this displace modifier and maybe like cell texture. That might work as well, but I guess this is kind of nice to have to be able to do this. currently I think I need to change this to 0.02 maybe. Okay, we get the poke there, although it's not really poking from the normal, so that might be the current limitation, because I'm just using the vector data and using the add. It's not using the normal. It's kind of pulling it. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that for every face normal. There is vertex normal node here that can find the normal of vertices. However, it needs a polygon. That's can be a little bit tricky. Anyhow, if we just using the icosphere, this should work pretty well. If let's say we are using the just the icosphere, and then I'm gonna subdivide it once and get that selection and get that. Yeah, that's a kind of the shape that I want to have. I guess it works really well if the normal is simple, like the icosphere. We can randomize the poke if you like. Or just a single value for all the poke. And if you're happy with it, just bake it out. Subdivide once again, and you get this like a katamari ball. Well, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for this live noding. It's quite simple. It's just a slight modification from the previous live noding. It's just a simple way to create a poke that's a little bit automatic. Yeah, hopefully this is useful. I guess I'll see you in the next live noding. If you have any comments, feedbacks, you can leave